Indonesia is just south of Thailand and Cambodia and just north of Australia. It consists of over 17,000 islands. It has a population of 280 million people, which ranks it fourth in the world. It has over 700 spoken languages. Yep, 700 of them. So let's explore Indonesia. This is Borobudur Temple in Yogyakarta, Indonesia. And we climbed that thing. See all the people climbing back. I don't know what was worse, climbing up or climbing back. But it's a huge, huge temple. This is the Prambanan Temple in Indonesia, in Yogyakarta, Indonesia. It's a Hindu temple. There are 360 of these little mini temples all around this complex. This is the Taman Water Castle that was a retreat for the royal family. As we were walking there, we met all kinds of very nice people and stopped and chatted with them. We took our own individual tuk-tuks, motorized tuk-tuks, off to our next event. You can see this is a typical city street, city, town, motorcycles, tuk-tuks everywhere. We were on our way to see these shadow puppets. They're made from buffalo hide leather, and they punch a bunch of holes in them, and then they intricately paint them. And then when they have a show, they take these puppets behind a screen, a shadow, and they tell a story. And here are many of the various puppets that they've made. This is the Uluwatu Temple, and we're here to watch the Kachak dance. This is the original stage, and you will very shortly see the actual dance. It's very lively. We took an all-day snorkel tour to Nusa Penida Island, which is off the coast of Bali. And they took us to the top of a hill for this magnificent view where we had lunch. And then they took us back down, got on a boat, and we went snorkeling. The reef was amazing. The coral was spectacular. There were schools of fish. We saw turtles. The water was crystal clear and warm. And we just floated around in a couple of different areas for a couple of hours. It was very peaceful. This is the Ubud Palace in the center of Ubud, where they have the Lagong Ballet. Normally they have it right in the middle of the palace outside. They set up chairs. But on this day it started to rain, so they moved it inside to this stage. This is the Tagalalang Rice Terrace, just north of Ubud in the island of Bali. This is where they grow rice on terraces. They've been doing this since the 8th century. You can see the different levels of rice. They use an irrigation system called a subak irrigation that they've been doing for hundreds of years. There are waterfalls that feed the water underneath in all those nooks and crannies and valleys. We walked halfway down. You can see people walking on all those levels. Halfway down, you have to turn around and walk halfway up. There are some very touristy things you could do here. As you can see, some people would get on swings and fly over, put on these capes and trails and fly over the rice terraces. We passed on that. While we were in Bali, we visited many restaurants. We found when you look down an alley and walk down there, you could see these restaurants tucked in this lush background. They're family restaurants called warongs. So wherever we see a warong, we knew we were going to get good, inexpensive food. Like this goreng, mee goreng, nasi goreng. Almost all the restaurants had the same kind of chicken, pork, and vegetables. And we had this wonderful iced tea where you can see they serve you a little container of liquid sugar that you pour directly into your iced tea to your taste. Most of the food was obviously freshly made, fresh ingredients, lots of noodles, lots of sauces. These are like fried, I don't know, like egg rolls or something. The food was delicious. And then, of course, after we had our food, we have to have dessert. So some of the desserts that we actually pretty much loved in Indonesia was coconut ice cream. They serve coconut ice cream directly in the coconut with the coconut meat right there. Or they sometimes serve it in a bowl like that. It was absolutely delicious. This is our private boat for the day. We're on a snorkel tour. We have a private boat. We took a 4-day cruise around a few of the 17,000 islands that make up Indonesia, and this is our route. The boat was sufficient, nothing fancy about it, not a whole lot of comfortable places to sit. It was serviceable. We at least had a bathroom in our very sparse room, and then we also had a balcony, so that was a treat. There were only 2 balconies on the ship, and we got one. And this is, as we're bebopping around, this is one of the many islands we came across. During our cruise, we stopped to go snorkeling with whale sharks. Whale sharks can be up to 65 feet and weigh 75,000 pounds. They are actually the largest fish in the ocean. There's a permanent platform they set up in the bay where whale sharks are known to hang around. And so when the boats come by, tourists like us, they feed the whale sharks. The whale sharks, like any fish, love to be fed, so they hang around and get fed by these guys. And they allow us to get in the water and go snorkeling with them. They are, once you're in the water with them, they are scary huge. When you see them coming at you, it's like a bus coming right at you. They are massive, massive. They are not a danger to humans. They only eat plankton and krill, and they filter it through their mouth like a whale. I think that's why they call them whale sharks. They have tails like a shark, but they're actually the biggest fish in the ocean. But it was such an honor to just float around in the water with them. It was amazing. Did you bring the rum? We're on a deserted island in the middle of Indonesia. We just went snorkeling, a private snorkel tour into these waters. We were kind of drift snorkeling. Once we got in the water, had to fight the current a little bit, but it just very slowly took you over the coral. You didn't have to work very hard to see. Schools of fish and coral, very healthy. This is our boat. And then we are on a deserted island, just me and Deb, and the guys that took us here. And then they're giving us This is Tanalot Temple on the west side of the island of Bali. It's about an hour north of Kuta Beach area where we're staying. The temple is accessible during low tide. You can see some people walking out there. But once high tide comes in, you can't not even go out to the temple. And you definitely can't go in it because it really is a religious temple that people use. This is another view of Tanalot, the other side. We just walked around. You can hear the wind blowing and the ocean crashing. As we were walking around Bali one day, we had some time, and we're walking around and we see all these families and groups of people getting together and food, and people are all dressed up. And so we stopped and we talked to a few people, and they were so kind and led us into their celebration. And we found out that this festivity is called Galangan Day, and it's a Balinese Hindu holiday, if you will, where they commemorate good over evil. And this happens a couple of times during a year, and then when they get together, that people give each other blessings. People take rice and make a ball of rice, and they're wearing rice on their heads or on their chest for good luck. Interesting customs.